Well, hello there, how is everyone? I hope you are all well. It's Monday, baby. It's Monday, and we are at the start of a week that is going to take us closer to Christmas. That's right. Not long now. What is it, like four Fridays? Is that right? I think so. I love Christmas. It's amazing. Not as amazing as you, however, because you are amazing. You look amazing, you are amazing, and I hope you have an amazing week. And look, as I feel the Idaho 4 content is going to get to a point where we've covered everything, we've spoken about everything, and unless real new stuff comes out, we are going to have to focus upon other things. We are going to have to do that. But look, if and when things come out, we are going to touch upon it. But before we come to that conclusion and go out, I think, on a live on Wednesday, when we'll just go through absolutely everything and put it all to bed until we have more stuff that comes out, genuine meat and potatoes. I do feel that it's worth talking about two things, and they're going to be in two videos today. Two, possibly three, but definitely two, as I address certain things, and I do it because there are trolls. There are people who would have me shut up, stop talking about this case, lay off, lay away. You don't have any place to talk about it. You're over there across the pond. Leave us alone. But it's funny because it's generally when you are getting close to the truth, or you're saying things that make sense and puts people into this position where what they believe is truly challenged and it doesn't really make sense. So they start to get annoyed, they start to get angry, they get frustrated, and they don't like it. So, with that being said, 8-hour delay. Look, that 8-hour delay is something that has been the bugbear of everybody. Well, I say everybody with half a brain. And even though some people would have that situation, I don't know, swept under the rug, it's something that can't be swept under the rug without there being a big bulge in the rug that you just trip over if you try and walk by. And look, that 8-hour delay, it came to a conclusion. And what I mean is that whole scenario, you've got when the person who did this walked out of the house. And then you've got a chain of events that must have happened after that. Now, no one really talks about that. It's all about the call itself and you know, when the call actually went ahead. But no one's really ascertained the actual period of time and what happened during that 8 hours. When we talk about the crime, so we're talking about the crime, and and we've turned around and said, could one person have done this? Could they have done it? In about 8 minutes, approximately 8 minutes. And people are saying, you'd be surprised what you can get done in 8 minutes. And in fact, they are trying to say that 8 minutes is enough time for an abundance of things. Loads and loads of things, because it's actually a hell of a lot of time when you think about it. So imagine 8 hours. What can you do in 8 hours if you can seemingly eradicate 4 lives from the planet in under 8 minutes? 8 hours. 8 hours. It's a long period of time. And just before that 8 hours came to a conclusion, a chain of events happened. And that chain of events, to me, doesn't make sense. And I want you, if you are a supporter of innocent until proven guilty, if you're a supporter of the people around this entire situation are innocent of anything, or even those who believe that there's something not quite right and needs to be questioned, I want you to comment down below and let me know what you think. Because this is the way I look at it. Now, they said that call originally was made, the 911 call, and it was reported, and we know what it's like when things get reported. They get taken out of context sometimes, there's embellishments, there's things added, but at the end of the day, that call was made. It was made, and there's been enough sort of chatter around it being originally for an unconscious person. And what we've learnt through different conversations with parents and interviews and things being said and paperwork and things is that the call was originally for an unconscious person, and the people who were called over to the property, the friends, the reason why they explained that was all right to do that is because they called people over because they felt that someone in that house was indeed unconscious and they weren't waking up, so they called friends to help them. I want you to think about that for a second. you've got a scenario where 6 people are in that house. They don't all live together, but some obviously come over and they frequent this property. You've got Xana, and she would have Ethan over because Ethan was her boyfriend. And you obviously had Kaylee and Maddie who was upstairs, and Kaylee was over to see her lifelong friend. And then you've got Bethany and you've got Dylan. Now imagine this. So they go out, there's partying and whatever they're doing. I know some of them we know what was going on, some of them we don't know what was going on, but they're out and about. And you've got Dylan Mortensen, who she hears what she hears, she sees what she sees, and just say she goes back to sleep. She goes back to sleep. She don't need to get up in the night and have a piss outside Ethan and Xana's door or anything like that. And I don't mean to be crude, but I'm just saying it as it is. So she slept all the way through, wakes up. What time did she wake up? Well, we would be led to believe that she woke up sometime around 8:30 to 9 a.m. if you believe that the messages and the chatter was happening on the likes of Snapchat. Again, we don't know how true that is, but there has been sort of nods from certain families that they knew before law enforcement had been called. So there is some truth that there was a period of time. There's a period of time. So look, she woke up. She's woken up. So what does she do? So does she go to Ethan and Xana's door? Goes to the loo and then goes to Ethan and Xana's door and knocks on the door? Or I don't know at what point and how you decide that they're not waking up because they're unconscious. Because if you haven't entered the room, and you yourself has been asleep, and how do you know they're in there? How do you know they just haven't left? How do you know they are not in there? The door has got a lock on Xana and Ethan's door for a start. It's got a lock that was fitted not long before this happened. So you could feel that the door was locked if you tried to push it. I don't know. And see, these are the little questions that sort of stick in my head. And I think to myself, how did you know that they were unconscious? And again, I'm spitballing because we don't know if that's what happened, but that's what seems to have happened. It seems to be that the call was made for an unconscious person. That has been stated. And that people were called over and the call was made from a housemate's phone, but the call was not by a housemate. But again, I have to ask, how did they come to the conclusion that what was the other side of the door was somebody who was unconscious? How did they know they were there? Rather than call people over, why didn't they go to the room upstairs and get assistance from other people who were in the house? Because surely they knew that people were in the house because you'd stated that you'd heard them making noises. You thought they were playing with the dog. So why didn't you get them for help? Why did you have to ring people who were away from the property to get them to come over? Or did you think that everybody was unconscious? And again, how did you know that without going into any... Answers on a postcode. Postcard. What do you think? What do you think? Because it's all these little things that make me think, are you being completely honest? Is the story that we are being told completely honest? Is it right? Is it true? Is it just? Is it everything that it should be to be right and proper? We talk about being right and proper over here. And, you know, all these people who have now resorted to sending actual threats to me, actual threats to tell me not to speak anymore on this case, and have threatened that if I do any more videos that there will be repercussions. Here's another video. And in this video, I'm asking people to tell me how to make sense of what I'm being told, reference this small proportion of a case that has spiraled into utter chaos and head scratches. Again, let me know down below what you think, and I'll catch you all later in video 2.